Welcome back, Flare community. I hope you're all well and having an incredible Thursday as always. Yes, it is time for the weekly news update. If you want to find out the latest news that's happening on both the Songbird and the Flare network, then you're in the right place. We've got Valiant Energy in the house, TRT, we've got Professor, we've got Dustin, Jimmy Thing, my channel, and Terra Mesa. Great to have you here. And yeah, we're going to jump straight in. This week has been an incredible week for anyone in the crypto space because we've seen some crazy gains. XRP doing very well. And if we go to Flare, I think it's somewhere down here, 50 odd maybe. Where are we? Somewhere around here, 71. Okay, in the top 100 still. It is up 25% in the past 7 days. But I think the main focus here for this week, of course, is XRP. Reaching plus 45% in the past 7 days. It hit its all-time high earlier today. And yeah, it just goes to show that patience is rewarded. You know, I think there's this idea that if something is stagnant in terms of price, a lot of people get frustrated. They look for different options and they start, unfortunately, chasing the green candles. Those who had conviction with XRP have finally been rewarded for what feels like years of torture, right? The SEC lawsuit and all that stuff. But fundamentally, what happened there was this disparity between the price of the asset, what people are paying for it, and the value that it offers. And in my personal opinion, I think Flare is undervalued right now. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm invested in Flare. And today we're going to jump straight into the news. We're going to start off as we usually do here with NFTs. This is xHaven. Let's scroll down and go to the 7 days. Topping the chart this week is Block Bonez traits. In second place, it's the Block Bonez project itself. Third place, we have the Fat Cats. Fourth place, V2 F-Asset, and in fifth place, we have the Metalheads. Over on the True Gems platform, we go over to the 7 days as well. The volume topping the chart this week is True Gems Genesis. In second place, it's Focus Pass, and in third place, it's the raffle tickets. Pretty low volume on the bottom three, but the top two are looking pretty good. Moving on to the main news. So this is a bit of a recap that was posted very recently by Flare. And I just want to take you through some of the things that happened in 2024. Flare Labs team rolled out FTSO V2. That's the Flare Time Series Oracle. And that's both live on Songbird and Flare. So it's just the FTSO now. I don't think we really have to reference the V2 anymore. It's on the mainnet with significant improvements, and the main one being block latency updates, which means that developers can get data feeds for various price pairs or prices for various crypto assets every single block, which on the Flare network is actually about 1.8 seconds. Second thing, they successfully launched the Flare Data Connector, the FDC, on Songbird. And the FDC, I think, is a hidden gem. This is a second Oracle, and this is going to be able to facilitate the ingestion of data that is not linked to the blockchain itself. Maybe it's an external source like a Twitter feed or a weather feed or the results on a sports match. I don't know, whatever it may be, but this is a first of its kind, and it's coming to Flare soon. F-Assets launched on the Songbird network. I'm sure you're all very much aware of that, with XRP being the first supported. Of course, we have more assets coming in the near future. Number 4, they've grown the DeFi ecosystem massively, and I think this is attributed to the generous RFLR reward scheme. If you don't know about that, please do check the playlist on the channel, because I go through what it is, how you can claim these rewards, and how you can participate. It's definitely worth checking out. In 5th place here, they expanded their partnerships with integrations with a number of different people, including a big hitter here, Google Cloud, Anchor, Layer Zero, Stargate Finance, and Polyhedra. They also teamed up with Red-Date. I think this news is very much under the radar. We haven't heard much from them since this, but as soon as information comes, I will be sharing that, of course. So please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. This is all in 2024, and I'm sure 2025 will be even better. Breaking news, this was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Dogecoin is now live as an F-Asset on the Songbird network. Yes, you can put your Dogecoin to use and start earning today. Nice little animation here created by the Flare team. And yeah, this is something that inspired this tweet. If you believe that Dogecoin cannot have utility, it is a meme coin after all, you're barking up the wrong tree. When it's on Songbird, when it's on the Flare network, it's going to be able to participate in all of these great decentralized applications that are hosted on the Flare network. Moving swiftly on here, we have some news from Flare Labs, a closer look at how the Flare data connector is supporting the F-Asset system. It tracks states and events across the XRP ledger, Dogecoin, and Bitcoin, providing cryptographic proofs of data origin outside of the Flare network, so observing transactions on external chains. It powers game-changing use cases like F-Assets and secure XRP staking. This is something that Hugo's really pushing for, and he even put up a personal bounty of $50,000 worth of FLR, I believe, so pretty interesting stuff. This was a repost of FTSO AU. Very impressive Flare data connector numbers, 20 attestation requests in a single block. And that's by far the highest that they've ever seen. And that's all of this decentralized community of operators here, validators that are getting this information from the external chains and relaying that onto Flare so that the Oracle, the Flare data connector, which is one of the oracles, can come to consensus over all of the information that it receives. Very powerful stuff, and it's the reason why I think the Flare network is leading the space when it comes to oracles. This is quite a long form thread. I'm not going to read through it today, but if you do want to check this out, this is from Nick, and he is the founder of Aureus OX and Oxenflow. And this talks about the Flare data connector, if you don't know what it is. But let me just read this first sentence for you. For starters, the Flare data connector, the FDC, is a protocol built as part of the blockchain itself. And this is what it means to be enshrined. A lot of oracles actually operate outside of the network itself. In fact, I think every single oracle does. And this is why Flare is the exception. He created a really great post here, and it was even shared by Hugo because it was that good. And if you want to check it out, in fact, it's so good that I'm going to post it in the chat right now for you guys, if you do want to check it out yourself. All right, moving on. This is from FTSO EU. Did you know that the new FTSO V2 rewards structure implemented with FIP 11, which is a Flare improvement proposal, significantly reduces the reward disparity, enabling delegators to make choices, picking visible, community-engaging, community-facing, accessible, and long-term consistent providers of the network. So it means that the rewards are, I guess, leveled out a little bit, and it gives you a bit more selection. And I think some of these metrics should really be taken into consideration when you're choosing who you want to delegate to. There's a lot of data providers out there who basically just spin up a data provider, but they don't actively engage with the community. FTSO, AU, EU, they're always sharing information, and that's something that I really appreciate. The Flare team have been hosting a creative bounty. So if you do have any creative abilities, whether that's creating a video like we see from Crispy here, or an informative thread, or music videos. It's pretty crazy what you can do. You can even build applications, and they're rewarding people who can do this. And the competitions last for another 3 weeks. The first week did just end. I was honored to receive the first place, which was very surprising, from my thread here on the F-Asset system. And there's also some great entries here too. Jon Snow created a decentralized application to, I guess, project the F-Asset rewards. I think my favorite, though, was actually Crispy's one here. He wrote a little song, and he's promising us some more verses in the future, all about the Flare and Songbird network. So look through these if you haven't seen them already. All great content. And if you are in the market or have a creative brain, then why not participate? I think you can win about $2,500 in total, the prize pool, each and every week. News from Bifrost here, Bifrost Wallet, releasing the Q1 2025 growth roadmap. So just a bit of a high level here. January, they're going to be doing some giveaways, trying to amplify their reach. In February, they're going to be launching their Discord server with more competitions. And in March, they're going to be adding multiple wallet management support and also rolling out the off-ramp feature. Off-ramp meaning that you can sell your assets directly to a native currency, a sovereign currency, and so much more. So keep your eyes on this. Bifrost is obviously the leading wallet in the space, and for good reason. They got a great UI, and you can do everything from their dApp. And I believe they're also going to be supporting F-Assets too, the ability to mint F-Assets, redeem F-Assets, all within the dApp. Encode Club is kicking off a Flare education session next week. From the 20th of January, you can explore blockchains and EVM, which is an Ethereum virtual machine, dive into tokens and oracles, and deep dive the Flare Time Series Oracle, the Flare Data Connector, and the Flare... What is that? I've sort of gone a blank on this one. FSP? Let me know in the comments if you know. Flare... Either way, it's going to be informative, and maybe I should go along as well to find out what FSP is. I'm sure someone knows in the comments, but I'll get back to you on that at a later date, maybe next week, because I am intrigued. Moving on, we got this news from BlazeSwap, which is a decentralized exchange, V2. Big news, the transition to the Flare Time Series Oracle V2 has been finally completed, and liquidity providers can now claim their past and current rewards from the BlazeSwap user interface. So if you didn't know, BlazeSwap had integrated a solution where they look at a smart contract which points to where they can claim rewards. And the Flare team was dragging their feet a little bit with updating this. So for the longest time, I guess for maybe a month or so, BlazeSwap were trying to claim from the FTSO V1 smart contract. And of course, that has been depreciated since FTSO V2 has come out. And Flare finally updated their reference to this contract, and that allows all of the BlazeSwap users to collect these rewards. So if you are providing liquidity on BlazeSwap with FLR, you may want to check your rewards, because you'll be able to backdate it and claim everything for the past 4 weeks or so. It's of course very important to compound the stuff that you're earning. Sceptre here had an incredible year. We look back on 2024 with gratitude for all the amazing things that they have accomplished together with their community. And this goes through some of the statistics here, all very impressive for such a nascent program. Legendary saying Flare signal providers could be a thing. There is FSP could be Flare signal providers. Just referencing this here. There is a bit of a conflict, because a lot of people, initially we started with signal providers, but I've noticed that the Flare team are sort of pivoting away from that and using the terminology of data providers now, which is what I always thought was more suitable, but maybe that's what it is. Who knows? Blockbones here, every time someone claims rarity-based rewards in FLR, a number of things happens. Bones, which is the native asset of the Blockbones ecosystem, is bought from the open market, meaning a decentralized exchange, which creates upwards pressure. That Bones is then burnt out of existence, and also FLR is added to the earn, which actually backs the value of the Bones token. The amount is proportional to the reward rate, which increases every single month. So the next month in February, the rewards are going to be 2x what they was this month. And in 3 months, they're going to be 3x. 4 months, they're going to be 4x. In 18 months, they're going to be 18 times what they were in this month. So all exciting stuff here. And I think the flywheel is really just starting to spin. F-Assets are on the horizon. Of course, we've seen them on Songbird. And the rarity-based rewards protocol is going to allow claiming not just in FLR and BNZ, but also in all of the F-Assets that are supported on the Flare network. So if you are holding a Blockbones NFT that is fully fused, you're going to be able to claim rewards in XRP, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and of course, FLR and Bones coin as well. If you are claiming in the Bones coin, you actually get a 6% bonus. This is the last one about Blockbones, because this is obviously a project that I've worked very hard on, but it's almost the next chapter is unfolding, and that is with digital dynamics. A lot of people got into Blockbones, especially the Patreon family who received a discount, and it minted at 500 FLR. Very cheap, and these same NFTs, the unrevealed NFTs, are regularly selling for 5,000 FLR, so that's a 10x right off the bat. A lot of people felt like they missed out, but like I said, the next chapter is coming, and that is digital dynamics. This is going to be my main focus throughout this year and beyond, in addition to Blockbones, and we're getting close now. I actually just launched the site earlier today, a couple of hours ago. This is what it looks like. These are some of the collections that are coming. Of course, we have Blockbones there that is already powered by digital dynamics, and you can learn all about the digital dynamics token too. Give me a second here. I'm going to post this in the chat for anyone that is interested. But yeah, this really does have potential, because what the dynamics token will allow you to do is to buy an NFT that shares in all of the royalties from every single collection, or some of the royalties from every collection. So like I said here, if we go back, currently there's going to be launching with 3 new collections here. But if you imagine that there's going to be dozens of collections powered by digital dynamics, these NFTs will give you access to a portion of every single collection that is powered by digital dynamics. So a lot of potential there, and something that I am very excited about. Bluebird here, they are still building, and if you want to, or if you are a host or a server owner, you can actually integrate Veryguard NFT, which is basically an NFT verification system all on chain, and it basically allows you to assign roles based on the amount of NFTs that someone holds. And this is something that I'm going to be implemented in some of the servers that I run. And yeah, I think it's a great addition to a great tool to use to reward people who are holding specific NFTs. That is pretty much the news, but I do want to wrap up here with something to note. A lot of people have this stigma or think it's a bit of a taboo to mention if they are selling, but it's okay to sell on the way up, right? I don't think people should wait until the all-time high hits, well, not an all-time high, but you know, you're never going to sell on the very top. So it's okay to lock in some gains on the way up. It's okay to see the prices increase after you sell, because it's never, or it's very unlikely that you are going to be the person that sells at the top. So if you sell and you see the price increase, don't look back at that and think that it's a bad thing or a missed opportunity. You should sell when it makes sense to you to realize some of these gains that you have made. No one ever sells at the very top, right? Don't focus on the what ifs, what would have happened if I did this, if I did that. Be at peace, taking profits, and making your future brighter. Okay, that's the message that I wanted to leave with you today. And of course, that is the end of the weekly news update. If you are new here, please feel free to subscribe. I'll be creating content every single week with these updates. I also have some videos coming out for the Patreon family, a couple of tips and tricks. And of course, if you are a member of the Patreon group, you are receiving the Digital Dynamics token airdrop for those that are in the Legend tier. That's pretty much it, guys. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. Do have yourself an incredible week. And until next time, I'm out.